Breaking news. Big scandal coming to Boulder, Deion Sanders, and Colorado football team as a whole. At least that's what we really feel going on. Man, smash that like button and hit that notification bell. Let's talk about the real deal. I thought now that we're ranked number 17, now that Colorado has debunked everything the naysayers been saying about us, you know how every single pundit said this is the worst offseason for any Power 4, Power 5, or Power 6 team that Colorado went through, which was weird that they would say this. A team that only won one game in 19, one winning season out of 19 years or 20 years or whatever, and you bring this up as if they won the national championship 13 years in a row, so now it's the worst offseason. What I'm looking at is the way the refs been cheating all year, my guy. Like, good griefs, bro. The way the refs haven't stopped and been relentless on showing the agenda is here, bro. These refs either have been paid or personally have a hate, but most likely I'm going to go sticking with the point of they've been paid. There's a big scandal going to happen, unfortunately, to Colorado. Let me knock on wood. I got my 4-leaf clover here. I don't want it to happen. Why would I want it to happen? Let's knock on wood right quick. They can't let something like what Deion Sanders got going just get great and big, bro. He's been emboldened with just knowing that he is the coach to beat. He is the coach of the year, bro. He did a dangerous thing that nobody should dare to cross, is going against a system that's been intact for years, if not over 100 years. And now he has shown proof that any coach, especially of our caliber, can run rampant and destroy everything in its way without having any experience like these so-called experienced coaches. First of all, Deion Sanders has experience, but if you're judging him based on the merits of these so-called greater coaches, he doesn't have any, but he beats their butts every Saturday. He out-coaches them. He has better staffs than them. And remember, he had to put that staff together. So do I dare say he has a greater mind than these whack coaches who can't put a good faculty next to them? But you just know with what's been going on. I just watched a Clemson report, and it's like a Clemson football page. They're supposed to be dedicated to Clemson, right? And they have so much articles on Deion Sanders and Colorado football. Mind I tell you, Deion doesn't even play Clemson football. But they have these articles up there just bringing up the gambling incident, alleged incident, because it never was proven. They brought up with Trevor Riley and one of the graduate students' alleged fights, which seems something normal in college football, but they made it look like it's some illegal drug, gangster, trap house related activity going on. And that's my point, bro. Nothing worked to slow down the progress of Deion Sanders, and that got to be their last step. We all know the playbook that they use against us, bro. From the Bill Cosbys of the world to everybody. You can say Bill Cosby brought it on himself, but you can't tell me you did not see the playbook that they have for certain people. Even though Diddy is probably guilty of some of the things, but you see the playbook that everybody pretends they care now. But when it was the other groups of nation, such as the Harvey guy, we don't want to say his last name for YouTube purposes, but the Harvey guy, who also got released out of prison, his situation doesn't get talked about enough as the way they talked about Diddy. But I'm not trying to compare a nasty Diddy to a man of proper decorum, a respected man such as Deion. I'm just using points. I can feel it. I can feel the energy. Something has to go on, and they're going to cheat Colorado football. But before I talk about the cheating part, that one has to be on a separate video because I have key sources and insight on what's going to happen with the cheating part. But this over here just makes me feel that a scandal is about to pop up. You might hear maybe Deion was sleeping with this administrator's wife. Remember, I don't believe any of this. I'm getting you guys up and ready for the scandals that are going to be put out there on Deion Sanders' name. We can see it coming. We can smell it coming. Ladies and gentlemen, these people are not our friends. Mark my words on what I'm trying to tell you. They are not our friends, and they have nothing good for us at all. To see how Colorado has revamped things so quicker than the big guys who have been written by the media as some great hero. Coattails need to be told about them, that type of ish. As if I seen some of these losing coaches get compared to a Nick Saban simply for what their skin complexion is. If they don't get called out with the same viscera, they get passes thrown at them. And Deion Sanders is the only name that gets talked about, which I'm not mad at. But if you're going to talk about his name, be fair with your criticisms and leave that man alone. If you don't like, in fact, let's do it better. If you don't like Deion Sanders, go ahead and critique him. Talk bad about him, his players, everybody. But don't you dare bring up any more lies about him. The lies was too much last year. So you started doing it again this offseason. I've shown so many lies that credible sources have regurgitated. From the likes of Xavier Smith, from Alton McCaskill, dad, who brought up so much lies to the point Alton McCaskill had to call out his own father. He should have called out his mother because I showed proof that Alton McCaskill's mom was on some of the bloggers' channels' comment sections and throwing shade at Deion and bringing flat out lies about what Deion Sanders did to her son, how Deion Sanders used Shador as someone he had favoritism for. It was just a lot of crap going on. But that's on a micro level. I'm talking about the people who matter, who have the bigger platforms. Get ready for it. The ones who are fuming mad that Deion is doing great right now. Those guys. The guys who can see that something has to be done. Something will be done. And that's what's getting me a little uneasy. You'll see it in the next video what I break in, because I can't do a 20-minute videos on these kinds. You know, if you do a 20-minute video, it has to have receipts in them. And I'm going to load up the receipts to a couple of our good friends at Failed ESPN, because two of them are cool with me in real life. They're about to show us everything that we need to see. And you guys gonna find out these scandals are just made up scandals. None of these things. Deion Sanders for all these years has had nothing happen that hasn't happened in front of us. When they tried to bring it out about what Shiloh got involved with, they tried to make it look like Deion Sanders hid what Shiloh got into at 15 years old. When we been all, can you raise your hand if we all knew about it? It was national headlines on USA Today, the New York Post. It was everywhere when Shiloh got in a fight with this bodyguard. The supposed alleged fight. You tried to act like his situation with his ex-wife wasn't up front with everybody. It was on TMZ. It was everywhere. It was even on Ricky Smiley Morning Show. They even talked about it with Deion Sanders, what he went through with his ex-wife when the police had to come in there because she locked his kids in. We all know what's going on there. Like I don't like bringing up these things, but that didn't even work to knock Deion Sanders down. So how do you stop this brother that keeps winning? And that's my fear. What level are they going to come out with? What level of pettiness is next? What level of scandal is next? Because guys like Sean Keeler, the fact that he has to be forced to give credit to Deion Sanders. Now, I know he bothers him and he's a little weasel. But what about the guys who actually have the resources, the funds, the money? Not the millionaires, but the billionaires. What will they do towards Deion Sanders? The 1%. What plans do they have for Deion Sanders? Is this going to be like Eddie Murphy and Mortimer? Mortimer, we're back. We're back, Mortimer. Is it going to be Trading Places movie all over again? This is one big game. We're taking a bet to see if Deion Sanders can do good. And now that he's done good, take away the Cinderella slippers like Dan Lanning said and bring him back to reality. Although Deion Sanders' reality has always been winning. You take Colorado football away from Deion Sanders, he's still a winner. You take Jackson State away from Deion Sanders, he's still a winner. You take any levels of greatness and he still was a winner. So I only can see one way to knock Deion Sanders down, because the cheating can't even slow him down. So what can they do to stop him? And we all know the number one thing to stop someone is destroying your mentality. And only scandals can do that, not cheating during a game. So what scandal is coming up against our guy, Deion Sanders? What lying scandals are they going to come up with? You guys stay on a pivot, man. Understand and never forget, this is always bigger than football and it's deeper than football. I want you guys to love your family, love your kids, and stay blessed. Peace.